There is a setting that I feel like is very important, but people probably don't utilize it or they're not utilizing it properly. Okay. So let's go to options and go to settings. Go over to gameplay. Enable role optional alerts. When you have enable role optional alerts on, that means that you don't care who you queue in with. This option means that you're going to queue in with random roles. So you could queue into an instance and get two healers, no troll, no tank, and a bunch of DPS. Or you could queue in with one tank, all DPS. You could queue in with a troll but no heal. You could queue in with just DPS and no support roles at all. It doesn't matter who queues in, you're just ready to run. It's kind of like omnibus. But when you turn this option off, it takes away people's ability to be able to queue in just randomly and as they want. If I have this option off and I queue up as a tank, it's going to give me a troll, a healer, and a DPS. It's going to give me the roles that I need around me. So if you're a healer and you have this option off and you queue in on something, it's going to make it so that you'll be sure to get other people who are also queuing in like this. So people are going to queue in as the supporting roles that you need around you. So if you're a troll, you're going to queue in with people who you need healer, tank, and then the DPS will fill in. And also, if you're in a group with people and you're wondering why the on duty won't let you like queue up, like the queue is stuck, the queue isn't stuck. It's just forcing you into a role. It's forcing you to play the role that you were assigned for. So if y'all are wondering, like if y'all have gotten to a group and you're like, damn, like it won't let us queue up everybody, like I'll leave, I'll come back. You ain't got to do all that. It's just that somebody's settings are hindering you from moving forward in the instance, like with the queue. The queue is locked because it forces you to have to, it forces you into the roles that are necessary for the instance. A lot of you guys go into these instances and then you get frustrated because there's no healer. If you have enable role optional alerts on, it gives people the option. Like they don't have to heal. They just, you can queue in as a DPS, you can queue in as a troll and stay in troll role the whole time. So if you enable role optional alerts off, that means that you're going to get a healer no matter what. You're going to get a tank no matter what. You're going to get a troll no matter what. Now, if there is somebody in the instance and they don't want to play their role, you can combat that because enable role optional alerts being off means that you have to play your role. You can't queue in and not play your role. That's the point. And if you go into the on duty tab with this off and you try to queue in that way, it's not going to let you. Well, it should not let you. Like I said, I don't know. A lot has changed on DC. So a lot of you are going into these instances and you're complaining and you're leaving and because you don't have a healer, it's because you need to change your options. Because if someone queues in and they're in DPS role, they don't have to heal. If you have it enabled because they had a choice, if you turn this option off, then in the instance, if they're not healing, then you can combat that. You can be like, excuse me, you queued in as a healer and your shit say heal, so we're gonna need you to do that because that's what you signed up for. And also, okay, this is very important as well. Allow placement into instances in progress. Some of y'all really need to check y'all settings because you go into these instances and you walk in and they're already at the last boss. If you turn this option off, it's going to make it so that you get a fresh run every time. It makes it so that you're not being placed into instances that are already in progress. So it happens all the time when you are in an instance and someone leaves, like they'll come in and then they'll leave because it's like, fuck, I missed the first boss or I missed the second boss. What you need to do is turn this option off because you're looking for a fresh run. You're looking for the first boss. And so when you have this turned on, allow placement, it's going to allow you to be placed into an instance that's already in progress. That means that you're just running. You don't care if you get the first, second, or third boss. You're just going to come in and get what you can. A lot of y'all be leaving these instances because it's not a fresh run. Make it easy for yourself and change your settings. I don't like to come in at second, third boss. And so this option for me is always off, making sure that I always get a full run. I see a lot of people do this. Like they'll join an instance and then they'll leave because they missed the first boss. So they'll leave the instance and then they'll get a deserter. So now you got to wait like 60 seconds before you can even go back into the on duty. And as soon as you go back into the on duty, they're still going to probably throw you into something that is already in progress because of your settings. Yeah, just check your settings. Check your settings. So yeah, hopefully that helps.